between.
After 11 rounds of Serie A, it is difficult to imagine two teams more diametrically opposed than AS Roma and Atalanta. And the difference is not purely explained by the 15-point gap between the two. The main divergence is in the number of scorers per team. The capital outfit boasts 11 players that have found the net, the Bergamaschi just 3. The most recent Giallorossi marksmen were Vasilis Torosidis and Seydou Keita. And now, almost half of the 24 players used by Rudi Garcia have at least one goal to their name. While AS Roma boast the most scorers, the Nerazzurri have the least. Only Herman Dennis, Marcelo Estigarribia and Richmond Boachi have had the chance to celebrate a goal. The young Ghanaian, the only player to have scored more than once. At the same point last season, 7 players had combined to score 8 goals more. Worth noting, however, the greater affluence in front of goal brought just 3 extra points. Analysing current form, the outcome of Saturday's encounter appears odds-on in favour of the visitors to the Azzurri d'Italia. But 2 aspects can give the Dea supporters hope. Atalanta's only 2 wins have come after an international break. The second is that Rudi Garcia's team have not reproduced their sparkling form outside of the Olimpico, earning just 1 point from their last 3 away matches. And the only 2 wins against Empoli and Parma arrived only after an intense struggle. Just like the draw earned in round 14 in Bergamo last season. A Davide Brivio goal looked as if it would draw AS Roma's unbeaten start to the season to an end, only for Kevin Strootman to save Roman blushes in the final minute. Signature on Chievo Verona's second victory of the season, the first under Rolando Maran, came from a special player at the Bentegodi, Sergio Pellissier. With 113 goals in 404 matches, the centre-forward has scored all manner of goals against all manner of opponents. The 35-year-old is already the history man at the club as the #1 appearance maker and #2 all-time goal scorer. However, the 13th season in Veneto did not offer much to be optimistic about for the player born in the mountainous Aosta region that borders France and Switzerland. The one-time ever-present starter had seen his role diminish over recent years. From 13 starts and 5 goals 2 seasons ago to 5 starts and just 1 goal last year, more than 12 months ago at Udinese. This term, having slipped to 5th choice striker and still without a start to his name, he showed in 45 minutes against Cesena to still have the magic touch where it counts. A touch that could see him add to his personal record as well as the club's, because the face of Chievo Verona is still Sergio Pellissier. September the 22nd, 2013, Sassuolo 0, Inter 7. A shock for the club in its first year in Serie A. Eusebio Di Francesco regrouped his team and started from scratch. In the following 10 matches, the Neroverdi collected 14 points, beaten just twice, and held Napoli, AS Roma and Lazio. September the 14th, 2014. Inter 7, Sassuolo 0. History repeated itself, also in the reaction coming off such a potentially morale-destroying defeat. 9 rounds have been played since mid-September, and the Emiliani have lost just twice against Lazio and Napoli, became the first to hold Juventus, and have collected 11 points. The first adjective that springs to mind to describe Di Francesco's team is balmy.
It's crazy. Only if the needle of the scales is in our favour, the fans enjoy themselves and the matches are more memorable. Football is a form of entertainment and supporters should come to the stadium looking to enjoy themselves.
To match the reaction from last season's 7-0 reversal, a success at Torino is called on, where Sassuolo's top-flight adventure took off in late August 2013 with a 2-0 defeat. The Neroverdi avoided the drop thanks to an impressive second half of the season without ever compromising their attacking play. Because the desire to entertain has become ingrained in the club's DNA. Even more so if the entertainers are young Italian players. A simple question of mentality. The leading examples of the club's vision are Simone Zaza, now centre-forward for the Italy senior side, and Domenico Berardi, the leader of the Azzurri under-21s. Sassuolo may be the smallest town in Serie A, but they intend to stay with the big boys for some time to come. Chievo Verona have not beaten Udinese away since November the 30th, 2008. Since then, a run of a draw and 4 wins for the Friulani, with Antonio Di Natale on the scoresheet in each of the victories. Cesena have the worst wins record this season, just 1, while Sampdoria, along with Juventus, are at the other end of the spectrum with only 1 defeat all campaign. Empoli have come out on top at Parma in Serie A, having scored only 1 goal in the 7 previous meetings at the Tardini, which came from Luca Saudati in the 2006-2007 season. It will be a homecoming of sorts for Mauricio Pinilla when Genoa travelled to Palermo. The striker played for the Sicilians from 2010 to 2012, scoring 10 goals. One of those was the match winner against his current side, back on November the 7th, 2010. He had given Serie A goalkeepers a month's respite, but after being overtaken in the Capocannoniere charts, he decided it was time to sharpen his aim. The Apache unsheathed his tomahawk and claimed the scalp of Parma.
Still going strong. Here's what's ahead on tonight's Extra. PSG look to go top of the table in Liga, but to do so, they'd have to do something they haven't done in over a decade. Win at Metz.
We have a Sunday showdown in the Serie A to look forward to as Inter face Milan in the dead.
Well, this association wants more quotas for English players in English football after a report shows only a third of the Premier League is English.
And La Liga is back. Athletic versus Espanyol kicked off the round this evening, and there's a lot more in store across the weekend, including David Moyes' debut as Real Sociedad coach.